Okay, so in this particular tutorial now, we shall be looking at how to set your wall. For example, you want to set wall 225 millimeters or wall 150 millimeters. How do you set it? Because sometimes Revit does not come with some of these walls that are peculiar to us here in Nigeria. Now you have finished setting your levels. These are the levels you have set. The first one is natural ground level, the second one ground floor level, the third one is your beam, the fourth is your first floor beam, and the first floor beam. No, this one is your first floor, this is first floor beam, and this is your roof level. For you to draw walls, after doing this, the next thing you do is to draw your walls. How do you start your walls? You don't draw walls while you are still on elevation view. Right here now we are on elevation view. You cannot draw anything wall here. So it is advised you go to your drawing project browser, locate your natural ground level, which is the bottomless, the bottom, the most, how do you say it, the the lowest level of your floor. When you go to that lowest floor, lowest level of your floor, that is where you can now begin to create or edit your wall based on the type of walls that building is going to have. Some buildings have two types of walls. They use 225 for the external, while they use 150 for the internal. So if you have that kind of wall, it means you have to set two different kind of walls if you do not have it in Revit already. Now you go to wall, click on wall, come here on your properties. You will see the name of the current wall that is available. That is basic wall generic 200 millimeters. You have to change it to 225 or 150, but I can tell you that 150 is already in this Revit. So if you want to determine, to know the ones you have already, click on this arrow here. It will show you some other wall types that you have here. So if it means that the one you are looking for is already here, there is no need of creating it again. So if I look through here now, these are different kind of walls. Now you can see generic 90 millimeters, you can see generic 150 millimeters, you can see generic 150 millimeters masonry. This and this, they are both 150, but they are different. I basically use this, and this is the one most of us use here in Nigeria. This one has engravement, it has some marks on it, but this one is just plain wall. So you can see that we already have 150 millimeters in our Revit. There is no need of me to set it again. But if you look down through, you see 200 millimeters, but you can never see 225 here or 230. Some people use 230, some others use 225, and you can't see any of those two here. All you can see is 250. So to set your wall to 225 or 230, what do? Come under here where they wrote edit type. Click on edit type, go to duplicate, click on duplicate. Come here now and change the name, give it the name you want it to be. I use 225 for my walls. Then I click OK. Come to edit, click on edit. Then under thickness, click again to effect the changes you have made. If you don't change this one, nothing you are doing that is working, because you only change the name but you've not changed the value. Here is where you change the value. After doing that, click OK. After clicking OK, that is just about that. You click another OK. But if you want to go ahead to create more walls, you still come to duplicate and click on duplicate. Now I say OK because I'm not creating any other one. Now I want to start my wall, my plan. To start drawing my plan, I would like us to have a look at the plan I want us to draw, because it's good for you to make a sketch on paper first, or if you have the plan offhand. Because if you don't know what you are drawing, there is nothing you are doing on Revit that is working. But if you have a picture or an idea of what you want to draw, it will make the work easier for you. So this is the plan we'll be drawing now. What I normally do is I take the overall dimensions, the length and the width, and draw it first before I now start creating or partitioning the inside. Now my overall is 10,125 millimeters by 6,150 millimeters. So I should have that at the back of my mind. Then I go now to my Revit. Because I'm drawing from natural ground level here, Revit will ask me, where do I want this wall to stop? That is the height of this wall. So I go to architecture, I click on wall. When I click on wall, by this box here, if you click on this arrow, what you are seeing here is unconnected, or you are seeing partially half of it. You can't see all of them. This is unconnected. In this box where you have unconnected, click on this arrow. Then when you click on this arrow, this is where you now tell Revit that this is going to be the height of this wall I'm drawing. Do you want to take this wall to the topmost top, that is where you have your roof, or do you want it to stop at the DPC, or do you want this wall to go as much as stopping at your first level? But for this particular one, I want it to stop at my ground floor level, which is, in other words, my DPC. So I click DPC. Don't get this don't miss this up. Don't get it misconstrued. Here you click on the wall where it is starting, the starting point. But here you click on the ending point or end point. Here is the start point, here is the end point. That is the height of this wall you want to create now. Having done this, I can now go ahead to draw. But some people make the mistake of not setting this one, and when they draw, the wall will now overshoot, getting up to as much as 8 meters, which is unconnected. So don't make mistake of forgetting this particular area. So now I click anywhere, but like I told you, you have to draw within these 4 elevation markers. Don't draw outside it. If your building is so big that you cannot enter into this place, you can expand this particular elevation marker. You can click on it and drag it to your. You can click on this one, drag it to the right. You can click on this and drag it to the left, and even the same thing with this one and this one. You can expand it. Now I click and move to the right. When I move to the right, I type 10, 1, 2, 5. I press enter. I come down. I type 6, 150. I press enter. Then I go like this. 10, 1, 2, 5. I press enter. Then I close everything here. This is not the shape of my building, but this is the outline. So from here now, I can trim off or chop off the ones that are not needed. So, but this is one-sided. I want to position it at the middle of this place, so I can highlight it, click here, and drag it across. When I drag it across, it is highlighted. Then I click on this move and bring it so where I want it to be. Yes, but it's not as if there's anything that will happen if you leave it where it was before. But I like positioning it that's at the center. That's just me. Now, I must tell you that if you dimension this work now from here to here, if you dimension the out to out, it will not give you the dimension I typed, which was 10, 125 and 6, 150. It can't give you that. Why? Because the wall was drawn with the reference taken from the dimension reference taken from center to center, so it cannot give you exactly that. So what do? I use dimension to correct it. If I click on dimension here, if you look at this place, here is dimension. Click on dimension. For me to click at out to out, it will not obey. It would want me to click at the center, but I don't want it that way. What do? I come to this options bar here. This place is called options bar. At this options bar, I click on this arrow here and select wall faces. When I select wall faces, it can now allow me to dimension from the faces of the wall. If I want to start from this in to in, I can dimension in to in. If I want to dimension out to out, I can do out to out. If I want to do center to center, I can do center to center. But when it was formerly at wall center lines, it will not give you that privilege to do that. You can only dimension from center to center. So always change it to wall faces. Now I click here and click here. Then I come back at this line and click. If not, the dimension will not be stable. It cannot station. For it to station, you click on this line, so it will stay. Then I dimension this side and click, it will stay. Now if you look at these dimensions, you discover that this is not what we have in our our sample drawing. We have 10125 and 6150. So to do that, I click on this wall, then click on this dimension. Once I click on this wall, the dimension will change color to blue. The one that was not clicked, you can see it is already black. But as I click on the wall, the dimension changed to blue, meaning that you can now edit it. If not, you cannot edit it. So if I click on that dimension and now say 10125, I press enter, the wall will shift to the normal dimension. Then I do the same to this one. Click on this one, click on dimension, I say 6150, I press enter. Now I've gotten my total or my overall dimension. I can now delete these dimensions because I don't need them for now. I only use them to get the real value of the measurements. Now what do I do next? I start now to partition the walls as they are. So to partition these walls now, what do I do? Let me look at the drawing again. Okay, from here to here is 2100, from here to here is 3975. This one is 3150. So 2100, 3975, 3150. So I go there back. To do this, I go to offset. There are many ways you can do this. There are many ways you can do it, but I normally use offset. Maybe with time I will still show you the other way to do it. You can use wall, draw normal wall to do it, offset your wall, or you can use offset. Now let me use offset for this first. If I click on modify, I go to my offset. Offset is located under modify panel. The whole of this place is called the modify panel. And maybe subsequently I'm going to deal more on how these tools are used. These tools are very, very crucial in Revit. These tools are like the same modify tools you see in AutoCAD. If you are very conversant with AutoCAD, what modify tools does in AutoCAD is the same thing it does in Revit. Very, very important, very crucial. Without this, you cannot do anything. So I click on offset. Then I come to this option bar and type the value I want it to be. I type 2100. Then I come close to this wall. It is this wall that I want to offset. If I click on it, dashed line will appear either on the right hand side or the left hand side based on how I moved it. So if I want it to go outside, I'll click when the dotted line appears out. But if I want it to fall inside, I will shift it. If it comes inside, I will now click. I've gotten my 2100 millimeters. Let me go for the next one. The next one is 3975. I still go here inside this box. I type 3975. I click and I offset. Now I use dimension to confirm if what I did is actually correct. But I tell you, it cannot be correct because of the center to center or the wall thicknesses. I did not factor in the wall thickness as I was doing this. I was supposed to have added the wall thickness while doing my offset. So but I don't have time for that. So I just click on the wall, click on the dimension and type 2100. It will shift it for me. Then I click on this one, click on dimension 3975. I press enter, it will shift it for me. The last one is supposed to be 3150, so we'll have to confirm if it is in order. Okay, so everything is in order. I have to delete all these dimensions because this is not yet their time. So we have gotten this like this. The next thing I have to do is to go back again and look at the drawing. So this is my drawing. Now from here to here is 4275. From here to here is 4275. I have to remove that wall. Now I go back to Revit. I click on offset. Now I type, what did I get again? 4275. Okay, I type in 4275. Then I come here and click. It will offset it for me. Then I have to confirm again. When I confirm, it is not giving me the real thing. I click on the wall and I type 4275. I press enter. It will shift it for me. Now this one is supposed to be from here to here It's supposed to be 1200 millimeters, and it is correct. Now I delete all the dimensions, but this is not how this building looks like. This is not how it looks like. What do I do now? What do I do now? Okay, I have to trim this wall and this wall. How do I trim this wall and this wall? I click on this trim here. Don't worry, we are going to still come back to modify tools to discuss each and every one of them, but let's use this one for the meantime. Trim and extend to corner. Click on it. Click on this wall. Click on this wall. It will trim it. Click on this one. Click on this one. It will trim it. Click on this and click on this. It will trim. And click on this and click on this. It will trim. But this is not the shape of our building yet. We still need to go to the building to check how it looks like. Okay, this is what we have here. So what do we do now? Okay, so we go back to Revit. I have to draw an imaginary wall here. There's a wall here. I have to draw this wall and bring it here. There's another one here. All these are just imaginary. I will still check for the real dimension. I just imagine them. Then I go to modify again, modify tool. I go to trim. I trim this and I trim this. When I trim those two, you can see that this one is protruded. It is protruded. There are two ways you can do it to bring it to where it should be. It's either you go to modify tools again, click on this one, trim and extend to single element. When you click on this element or this tool, you click on the wall where you want it to stop. If I click here, I will now go here and click. If I click on this side, this wall will move away from here and come to this side. But that is not what I want. Since I've clicked on this one, where I need to click again is to click here so that it will bring it inside. It will go inside. That is one option. The second option to do that is this. If you don't have the whole time in the world, just click on it and you'll see this blue button here. Click on it and hold it and push it back. It will still give you the same result. Now, when I do this wall, it was imaginary. I did not take the dimension. When I do this one, I did not take the dimension. This is the time to take the dimension now. Let's go to the image and see. When you go to the image, from here to here, when you take away this 225, you have 900 and you have another 225 here. So that should give us, from here to here, should give us 900 plus 225 will give you 1125. So I go back to Revit. I click on my dimension, then I dimension this place. I should get 1125. So I click on this wall and click on the dimension. I type 1125. 1125. I press enter. It will position it. Then, if I still go back to the image, in between here, this wall here and this wall here, in between them, that is in to in, is 3825. I have to go and get that out. I dimension in to in. 3825 is what I should get. So because I have already edited this one, I've worked on this, I don't need to move this one again. If there's anyone to be moved, this is the one I should move. So I click on this and type 3825. I press enter. It will position it. Then I delete this. So this is exactly what we have here. This plan has been produced or duplicated here. So we have to now look at how this thing looks like on the 3D, the default 3D view, to see the height of what you are drawing. Because one thing with Revit is that as you are drawing, it is generating the heights and generating the elevations for you. That is why when you click here, you put your, or you type the, or you select the starting point, then you come somewhere around here, maybe at the option bar, you also select the end points. By the time you are doing this, you are setting the height, you are giving it the height. So for us to see how the height looks like, we come here on this house symbol, It is called default 3D view. You click on it. When you click on it, this is what we have drawn so far. Now, if you want to add some appeal or some attraction to it, because this is just looking black and white, you want to add some color to it, come here at your view control bar. You will see visual style. Click on this point and select realistic. When you select realistic, this is what you are going to have. So this is it about drawing your wall from natural ground level to your ground floor level. Thank you.